Are you ready to go back to the office? This is the question that Karen McCullough is asking. Let's watch.
Are you ready to get back to the office? You may be going.
No. I'm not going back to the office.
Stay tuned.
It's a flashy intro.
Are you ready to go back to the office? The answer is no, like most people out
That's right. The answer is no.
there. They love working from home. But last week, Elon Musk came on CNBC with an announcement, and I'm going to read you the quote.
Elon is a boomer.
He said, anyone who wishes to do remote work must be in the office a minimum of 40 hours. And he said, I mean minimum.
That's gross and toxic. At most 40 hours? Okay. Maybe you're a human boomer who wants people in the office, but minimum? That's just 18th century oil tycoon. 19th century oil tycoon.
Of 40 hours per week, or depart from Tesla. He went on to say, this is less than we ask of our factory workers.
What is he doing with the factory workers? Are they mandated to live in the factory like he sometimes does?
He's telling you have to be there for 40 hours a week. And if you want to work remote, you can, but it will be over that 40 hours.
Gross.
So it's interesting because he's not alone. Last week, Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan Chase said the exact same things. And I just heard Reed Hastings of Netflix. He wants everyone back.
Okay. Jamie Dimon, I can understand. Banking types are very old school and they don't understand that you can do things, over the internet. Netflix, let's have her finish her thought.
Back in the office. So it's really interesting right now.
Okay, Netflix, really? Netflix is a company that got started because the CEO didn't like the $40 late fee for Blockbuster. So he invented a DVD rental service so you don't have to leave your home to consume media. Kind of ironic that he feels different when it comes to work.
Right now, because there's do we work from home or do we go back into the office? And if you ask CEOs, 50% of the CEOs interviewed on CNBC wants you back in the office full time.
That's probably because 50% of CEOs are of a previous generation. Well, at least 50% are from an older generation. They don't understand technology or they are disconnected from the day-to-day that most office workers are deeply involved in by definition. So, my opinion, they have no idea what office workers do or how they work in the 21st century where, we have email, we have messaging, we have video conferencing, and it's not hard to do.
It's interesting because the things are changing and people are making decisions now about where they want to work, but those decisions are coming from the top executives. Many companies right now are offering hybrid, but it's also crazy because
hybrid is pointless because you end up with a scattering of employees being at the office while everyone has to do all the meetings via Teams or Zoom or Slack, which defeats the purpose of having people go back to the office in the first place. In fact, it might make it worse.
Hybrid's different for every company. Apple says that you must work 3 days a week at Apple in the office.
That's
Mondays,
crazy.
Tuesdays, and Thursdays. On Wednesdays and Fridays, you can choose to work remote.
That's
or you
absurd.
can come into the office. And
that's still better than everyone deciding which days they come in and then not having a reliable reference for who's going to be there at the meeting in person.
hoping people just all come into the office. I just heard where Adobe's Chief People Officer, CPO, Gloria Chen, made a statement, and I'd like to read it to you.
Is that a weird way to call a human resources officer or something?
see if you understand it, because I had a hard time. Gloria says, we will gather for moments that matter, mixing physical with virtual, with in-person gatherings driven by purpose and design. What does that mean? I have no idea.
What does that mean?
But Gloria's on the right track. She's trying to get you in there, and she wants you to have purpose.
I feel like pizza and beer are a good purpose for everyone to gather at a physical location that's paid for by the employer.
I don't know. It's crazy right now.
Yes,
so we are trying to figure out what we're going to do. Howard Schultz. You know, Howard Schultz, he founded Starbucks. Well, he is now back at Starbucks at the helm. And he was just on TV scratching his head. He said, I want everybody back at work. He said, we can get more done. We can be innovative and creative, but they're not coming.
Starbucks is different, right? Starbucks is different. Starbucks, okay, the store locations obviously need people working there. Starbucks corporate, maybe not so much. Unless they have their corporate offices inside a Starbucks coffee house, and their job is to keep in touch with, you know, the day-to-day of a coffee shop.
And he said, right now, the power is in the people. I can't get them back. He even called himself old school, with old school thinking, but he believes that old school thinking is going to create and spark innovation.
You want to spark innovation by rejecting the innovations that have allowed people to do their job as good or even better without the burden of commuting and going into an office and sharing germs with everybody.
So where are we right now? How about you? What do you want to do? Do you want to stay home? Do you want to go back to work?
Absolutely.
Here's a tip.
Stay at home forever.
If you're a Gen Z or a young millennial and you're really just starting out in your career, my advice to you is get back to the office. Absolutely, get back into the office. Your career path is a function of proximity. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about this. Younger people have the problem of entering a world that's divided between companies that embrace and use remote work the way it's supposed to be, where everybody keeps in touch and everybody can share their thoughts and opinions and virtually mingle with all the people that they need in order to grow and rise above in their careers. Whereas there's another part of the populace, the other part of the corporate world that's still hanging back in the 20th century, where, as Karen has just said, relies on proximity. You have to show up at the office and actually exchange words with your 50 or 60-year-old boss who doesn't feel totally comfortable with working remote for whatever reason. It's not the best. I wish we had a better world in 2022, but we're not quite there yet.
That means that you need to be around leaders. You need to be showing them your strengths.
You can show your strengths online, but only if the company allows you to.
They need to know your name, and you need to be there contributing face to face.
As a team lead in a fully remote department, I have firsthand witnessed new employees being able to stand out and make themselves known to everybody. However, again, that's not indicative of all companies. There's still plenty of companies like the ones Karen is talking about who aren't quite ready yet to let people shine without being physically present.
Every promotion, think about it. There are 4 people that are always up for promotion, 3 or 4 people. The person that is closest to the leaders is going to be the one that is selected. So my advice right now is, if you're scratching your head and you're thinking, I want to work virtually, I want you to think about your career. I want you to get on your new outfit and get back into the office. Hey guys, it's Karen McCullough.
Even if the world is heading in a different direction, I'm going to agree with Karen and say young people should head into the office if they have that kind of choice to make. Even if the world goes to a more remote work-based place in the future, people who go into physical offices will have a perspective that the future generation 10 years from now, 20 years from now might not have. Just do it for the experience.
With another lesson from the road. See you at work.
No, I hope I don't. I hope I don't, because I work remotely. That was a good video. All right, what do you guys think? I think that was an insightful video. Very real perspective. Young people should go into the office, get a little bit of pain and perspective. I don't agree with remote workers not being able to stand out, but that's unique to each individual company. And with that said, if you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing, hit the bell icon, give a thumbs up, leave a comment. And with that said, I'm out.